Evil.
Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to Resident Evil, the board game. Last time we had Kenneth and Rebecca running along third floor A, which again, if you're playing the base game, like no expansions or whatever, it actually says third floor A in your booklet. You would expect for a B, and there wouldn't actually be any in there because you would need to have, and I have it right over here, give me a second, here we go, the Into the Darkness expansion, which is what we're doing with this particular encounter right here. This, as you can see, is a rematch fight against the Yawn, the giant snake that we encountered quite a ways ago in a different part of the mansion. Here we are at the library, which is the final encounter with it that you might remember from the game should you happen to play it. So this is, of course, a full-on boss battle. This is a little bit more of a direct fight, kind of like how we had with Plant 42, where we just pelt the guy with as much as we have. But unlike Plant 42, which just was a stationary thing that kind of did its stuff, the Yawn is going to be moving around the board and like trying to run into us and bite us, and he actually has an instant kill ability as well in this particular encounter. So we have to make sure that we do our best to avoid his attacks, heal when we need to, avoid the center square because that's a pretty bad one as well, and then of course just pelt him as much as we can. So why don't we go ahead and just go to the book, get our story, and read up about our encounter in third floor B. From the clues you found, the mansion's library is the resting place of the artifact you seek. Surveying the room, you can't help a sigh of relief. Silence reigns, and from the dusty clouds that burst underfoot, you can tell the undead do not roam this place. When your eyes better adjust to the gloom, you realize a fatal error in judgment. You may be safe from the undead, but have instead fallen foul of a far greater adversary. The grimy trail leads over the check stone flooring, dust drawn into long lines by the passing of some huge creature. A spiteful hiss sounds from one corner as the giant serpent lunges forward, maw once again yawning open, and your feet are rooted in place as your worst fears are realized once more. Objectives. In this scenario, the characters must kill Yawn. If Yawn is killed, the players successfully complete the scenario. Kind of interesting how the head of this thing is covering over that word right there. Special rules. Yawn final encounter. During this scenario, use Yawn second encounter reference card. Shuffle the snake bite, coiling grasp, slither, venom spit, rapid lunge, and body slam behavior cards together, then place them face down to create Yawn's behavior deck. Place the remaining Yawn behavior cards to one side as they'll be needed during the encounter. That's going to be an additional 6 cards that you're going to have to the side that are not in the initial deck. Finally, place the Yawn direction card next to the deck. You're going to want this in the clockwise position because that's the starting position as said in the instructions for this expansion. Serpent Spiral. At the start of each reaction phase, check Yawn's health dial and then consult the table below. If Yawn's health dial is equal to or lower than the value in the left-hand column and the entry has not already been resolved, search the behavior deck and draw and discard pile for the card indicated and remove it from the game, then shuffle in the indicated replacement card. Basically, before he attacks, you check his health, and if he hits any one of those thresholds, you remove the card from the deck that's in the middle column, replacing it with a stronger, more deadly version that you would find in the right column. So Snakebite would get taken out, Snapping Jaws in, Venom Spit out, Lunge and Coil in, etc., etc., etc. After completing this scenario, draw an item C card and place it in the item box, then reduce the mansion danger level by 3. Oh yeah, it's going to be good. So I have the book set over to the side so I can actually look at the table for whenever I do the set amount of damage for the Yawn. But yeah, generally speaking, before he attacks, you check his health and you find that card wherever it is. I mean, it mentions if it's not already been resolved, search the behavior deck and discard pile. So you're searching regardless anything, removing it and then putting in the new one into the draw deck. So you could do like Snakebite, then remove it, put in Snapping Draw, and then draw it anyway. So he's going to be really annoying and really tough. Our main characters, you can see, are going to be starting over on these spots. And now we do have Yawn Encounter 2. So this is his new card that you have to go off of. Limited vision is the same. When Yawn attacks, it will always attack a character in the center square if possible. That would be this very center square right here. So we want to try to avoid that. But he also now has aggressive reaction. This is new for him for the second encounter. If the Yawn suffers damage from an attack, after the attack is resolved, each character in a square adjacent to the Yawn must pass a small evade roll. Each character that fails suffers 1 damage and gets pushed. This is going to be a problem for Ken because he could be here, he could do his knife attack and do damage to the Yawn, but then the Yawn is going to have like a counter attack on him. If I fail the evasion roll, he is going to get pushed back 1 out of his knife's range. So I got to be very careful about when I want to use the knife attack on him. And then, of course, I have for Rebecca the flamethrower. In fact, why don't we head on over to the side so we can see what the equipment is we have going into this fight. All right, and as I said, I will be using Kenneth and Rebecca for this fight, finishing up their story on this side of the mansion. Don't worry, Jill will get her time to shine once we get into the east side of the mansion and have her run through the caves with Barry or whoever else I find. Again, the Yawn is going to start clockwise. We have all of the cards in here. This is everything that we've seen before from the first encounter. So that's everything here. And then you have the next set of cards right here that will be replaced once the thresholds are hit. We have our C item deck that we're going to pull from. Ken, starting at full health, 1 kerosene is whatever, has his Master of Knifing. We have a grenade launcher with the incendiary rounds in it, 4 shots in that. I do have a reload of incendiary grenades on him, so that's going to be very helpful. The handgun for 15 shots because I gave him the self-defense gun because this one actually has very specific wording on it. If this character is attacked by an enemy and fails their evasion roll, discard this card to pass the evade roll. Instead, that enemy then suffers 3 damage. No matter what, if the Yawn hits me, I can discard this to fire back at him and not take the damage and do 3 damage to him. That's going to be very helpful. In addition to that, I have Ken with the green-red herb mix. I have 2 green-red herb mixes, actually, because I managed to get 2 red herbs from the last scenario, and then I had 2 extra green herbs. Remember, when Ken uses these, he only will use 1 from the stack. So I could use a green herb, throw it back in the A deck, and keep the red herb, or I can throw the red herb back in the stack and have a green herb and just have more healing. It depends. I also have a first aid spray on him in case the instant kill happens, because that's the only way to revive people. Rebecca also has a first aid spray in case Ken gets an instant kill. She has the regular shotgun, which has 5 shots, the assault shotgun, which is full at 6, the flamethrower, which is going to be the same problem as Ken has with the knife. I need to be close, but at least that has 10 shots, and then a 15-bullet handgun right down here. Plus a little extra shotgun shells for the assault shotgun should I need it. I'll probably empty out the regular shotgun as soon as I can, and then run with the assault shotgun from there. So we'll see how this works. But I should have plenty of ammo and plenty of things in order to kill this giant snake between these 2 characters. Just a matter of them staying alive as well. Again, Rebecca only has a first aid spray, and we have 2 green herbs here. So we'll see how this plays out once the battle starts. Which, speaking of which, let's get started. All right, encounter start. Let's remove our dice right here because it'll be rolling this like crazy. We have his 30 health dial right there. Let's go. Ken's going to be right here. He could be, this Yawn can move a whole bunch of different places, so I got to be careful. I'm actually just going to move once right here with Ken, just a diagonal, because if the Yawn moves 1, then at least that'll, well, what is that? That'll miss Ken that way. The Yawn will always move corner to corner around, so it'll move from here and always center itself on the little skull in the middle of the map right here. The Yawn can move diagonal as well, so it will go this way every so often. And remember, if there's any collision at all, then it pushes the characters. So these guys are going to get moved around and repositioned all over the place. But we're going to have Ken move 1, and I think that we're just going to do some unloading on that. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to pump 3 handgun bullets into it. 1, 2, 3. Again, this thing has 30 health, so I'm just going to go at this. So we'll do 3 handgun bullets. We'll do 6. We'll do 6 handgun bullets. 1, 2, 3. So that's 2 actions. And then the final action is going to be the incendiary grenade. So here we go. Ready? First set of handgun. 1, 2, 3 shot right here. Does absolutely nothing because those don't do any damage. Let's do our 1, 2, 3 right here. Once again, absolutely no damage. That's fun. Can we please actually do some damage at the beginning here? That is 3 damage. Sweet. Okay, cool. So boom, finally we hit this thing for something. Down to 27 health. I should have just unloaded it with the incendiary grenades, but whatever. What are you going to do? Yawn now gets to go. We check its health. Nothing has changed. So we just draw the top card, which is Rapid Lunge. Move the Yawn 2 corners. It's a range of 1. Has a medium evade. If it hits, it pushes 1 and does 1 damage. Flip the Yawn to the direction. So we're actually, that happens last, but I'm going to do that while I'm here. So this flips that way to send him counterclockwise. But this all happens now. So he's going to move clockwise because that happens before it flips. So he moves 2 corners. So he moves 1 and he moves down this way, pushing him into middle for 2. He does push Ken. So Ken does have to take collision damage right here, and he passes it. So he avoids that, which is good. Now it's a range of 1, so everything around this side. So he's going to hit Ken again. He actually doesn't hit Rebecca at all. And we got to do a medium dodge, which we do not get. So this guy's like, hits him right there and does 1 damage to Ken. So that's 1 hit right there already. I don't wonder, you know what? No, I'm going to take that back. We're just going to use this right now because I can. If the character is attacked by, no, we're not. We're going to wait till a little bit later. No, we're not. I'm going to wait until Ken's like nearly dead or close to being dead before taking the self-defense card. As far as Rebecca goes, yeah, okay, I know what I'm going to do. All right, so we are just going to back up 1, and then we're going to take 3 shotgun shells right to this guy. So we'll do the standard shotgun. So that's 1, 2, 3. And we're going to be rolling a lot of blue dice. And remember, any one of the main symbols will do a damage. Yep, this is the regular shotgun, not the assault shotgun. So blast number 1 does 1 damage. Blast number 2 does 1 damage. And blast number 3, get back here, you're not, I don't count that, no. Blast number 3, that does no damage. So it's 2 damage to this guy, 25. We are not in a good position at all. Was I supposed to have the Magnum at this point too? I feel like I should have had the Magnum by now. Guys, let me know down in the description if you've had your Magnum by this time. Maybe it's coming in the next scenario, but I could swear I should have had it by now within the game. Maybe not. Maybe I get it right afterwards, but I think I should have had it. I don't. I hope it's coming soon. Anyway, Yawn goes. It's at 25. 20 is the first threshold. Venom Spit. Move Yawn 1 corner. Resolve the attack below against each character in one of the 4 squares diagonally opposite for the Yawn. So 1 corner. So he goes right there. And so he would actually hit here, here, and here. This is why you got to get out of that center. That center is a pain in the butt. So it's going to hit Ken again. All right, here we go. So Ken needs to have a medium die. That's a great attack roll. Terrible, terrible roll. I'm actually just going to push him straight that, and he's going to take another damage. Oh, geez, that's painful. Okay, yeah. Now we're going to have to start doing something. 4 actions for Ken. He's just going to go on full the attack mode. We'll do 3 shots from the handgun. 1, 2, 3. And then just unload the rest of this. 1, 2, 3 right into the grenade launcher. These incendiary grenades would be completely used up then. All right, 3 shots from the handgun. Let's see what Ken can do. Absolutely nothing. Now we get a great dodge roll, of course. So that's, of course, the handgun. So it's 3 shots from the grenade launcher. I'll roll 2 dice for 2 shots. Oh, sweet. All right, so remember, they're incendiary grenades. So that's 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to roll this one. 6, 7. 7 damage. Oh, that's so awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's at 18 health, and we have passed our first threshold. So now we have to find Snakebite, which I don't think is in any of these right now. Nope, there it is. So that's out, and Snapping Jaw goes in. So with that, he would move diagonal. Oh, that's terrifying. So again, the middle thing would be hit. 1 range, the attack for 1, and you would flip directional. So let me shuffle this. All right, good. So that's there. And now we see what he does. Hiya! Coiling Grasp. The attack below is resolved against each character in the center square. No one's in the center square. Thus, that doesn't resolve. That's why I'm glad he got pushed, and that's fine. All right. Why not? Let's throw that over there. Rebecca's turn. Rebecca, what are you going to do in that corner, girl? 4 on actions again. Let's just go. She's at the range. We don't want to get close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll fire the handgun twice and then use our last 2 shells within the basic shotgun. So that is what she is doing. Ken, get down. Here we go. Firing 3 bullets. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing. That's why I gotta get rid of the handgun. That's why I don't really use the handgun much anymore. It's kind of pointless. Okay, cool. All right, so we got 1 damage from the handgun. That is awesome. Let's take this out. So that's 1 damage. First shot from the shotgun does another damage. That's 2 damage. And 3 and 4 damage. Fantastic. That is great. That brings us from 18 down to 14, thus passing yet another threshold. Oh, Snake's getting mad. All right, so for this one, it's actually in here. Yep, Venom Spit. This comes out, and that gets replaced by Lunging Coil. Move Yawn 2 corners, and then he moves diagonally. Oh, God, he's just moving all over with these. A diagonal move right now would actually be really terrible, as it would hit everybody. Slither. Move 4 corners. So that's actually going to hit everybody. If Yawn's movement caused 1 or more collision attacks, don't resolve the attack below. Oh, wow, it actually did. So I guess if like you were playing single player, if everybody was gathered in the center, it wouldn't hit. But he's going to go 1, 2, which is going to push here. 3, I'll actually push him to the middle as well. And 4. So he moved all around, back up. So we did all that. Now I have to do the collision attack for each of them. So we'll do Rebecca first, who passed it. So that's good. That was the other one up here. And then we'll do Ken, who failed it. Do I want to just use the thing? Well, it's his turn now, so that's fine. Okay. All right, so it is Ken's turn right now. He gets hit 1 more time. But what I'm going to do now is for his first action is use a green herb. Heals 1, heals for additional 2. So he's going to use this to heal. 1, 2, 3, back to top, and he's going to actually keep the green herb with his chemist ability. When Ken uses multiple healing items in a single turn, return 1 to his inventory instead of discarding it. So this red herb is going to go back to the A box, but at least he gets to keep this green herb now. So that was action number 1. Action number 2, do I just knife him? Like, he's right there, but then again, if I do that, that's not going to do anything, and then he's going to attack me. Do I want to? I mean, that'll save some ammo. This is also empty, so maybe I should do that. Maybe action number 2. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do action number 2. Loading this goes to 6. So at least my grenade launcher is all the way back at 6, which is good. Action number 3. You know what? Yeah, let's 3 and 4 with the knife. Yeah, we could do that because we're right here on this corner tile. We are adjacent to him, and we might as well just roll, for the knife stab in order to save some. I have to roll 1 at a time. Roll 1 at a time because if I hit him, then I have to do that aggressive reaction. So first roll, that's 1 damage. Oh, sweet. Okay, good. So that's 1 damage from the knife. Oh, it's awesome. But now I have to roll a dodge, and if I get a small dodge, I got the big dodge, so that's good. I avoid it. Let's do another knife. Do I want to do a knife swing or do I want to move? I'm going to move. I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to take my last action and go backwards to get out of that center square just to be safe. So that's the end of his turn. This would actually be over here. I'm going to have a hard time with that anyway. Yawn is at 13 health, so we don't have to worry about anything else. Let's flip this. Lunge and coil. Yeah, there's the new one. Move Yawn 2 corners. Do that attack, and then move Yawn diagonally. Ugh. All right, so here's the problem. 1, 2. Now he's going this way. He's behind everybody. He's going to go attack them as hard as he can. We'll start with Ken. We have to do a medium evade, which we hit, so he dodges it, which is great. Rebecca now has to dodge. She does not, so she gets hit. Takes 1 damage and then gets pushed. Yawn is going to now go that way, which at this point, I'm going to push her over here. I'm going to push her that way because I don't think Yawn... Does Yawn hit going that way? No, he'll actually... I think Ken's going to get hit. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll push that. Rebecca takes a hit. This guy goes this way. So we're going to push him up there. Boom. And now he turns back and looks at everybody in a menacing way. We took collision. Yeah. And we get a small evade, which is good. All right, so Rebecca's the only one that took damage there. Oh man, these are tough. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, and the Yawn's looking right at her. Ew. Oh no. What do I want to do with her? I should move 2 spaces. You know where I'm gonna go? I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go 1, 2, we're gonna turn, and then we're gonna open flame on him. We are adjacent to him right there. I'd rather use some of the flamethrower right now than going into the assault shotgun. Because as good as the assault shotgun is, oh, that's a handgun, sorry. I think I can get some easy damage off the flamethrower first, and then from there. Well, we'll do one at a time. Let's do 1 shot from the flamethrower and see if we aggravate him enough to hit me. All right, here we go. 2 dice for the flamethrower, and we do 1 damage to him, so he is at 12, which is not a threshold. He is now aggravated, so we have to have a small evade, which we get a big one, which is fine. Let's go ahead and do our 2nd shot of the flamethrower, which we hit him again, down to 11. We're almost there, almost there. And I think maybe on Ken's turn, he just like unloads other stuff as well. Ha! And we avoid that attack. Oh my goodness, so much dodging and rolling. The next threshold is 10, so we don't have to worry about switching anything. So let's just flip this here to body slam. Yawn's collision attacks this turn are medium evades instead of difficulty. Move the Yawn 2 corners and then do that attack. Thank goodness I moved her. He comes over this way, avoids everybody. Like, that's some good dodging right there. And now we are in this particular position. Do we grenade? Let's grenade. Let's go ahead and do that. Because I think maybe I'll use the self-defense gun when it comes down to it as well. So we have 6 in here right now. I'm going to go ahead and let's just lob all 4. Man, let's go. He has 6 shots left. 1, 2. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do 2 grenades and we'll just empty out the handgun. Why not? I have 6 shots left, so that's 2 3-round bursts and 2 grenade shots. Look, there's always a chance that I can do 3 damage with the handgun to this thing. So, you know, it's like, you never know unless you roll, right? Well, now I did 0. That's fine because he can never be pushed. And his second 3 shots for that handgun is nothing. Ken should not use the handgun ever. Okay, understood. Let's roll 2 for these 2 grenade shots. We got a miss, but then we got 3. So that's awesome still, bringing us from 11, 1, 2, 3, down to 8. 7 is the next threshold, but we did pass 1 already, which actually happens to be body slam that we had. So body slam comes out and tail smash goes in. Your collision attacks are medium difficulty instead of small. Move him diagonally instead of 2 corners, and then do the same attack. So it is slightly different. Oh man, two cards, come on. I don't know, whatever. I don't want you guys to think that I have anything, so evens and odds. Let's roll. That is even, so that's this one right here, which is Snapping Jaw. So it's not the new one that I put in. Move, it's the original one. Move Yawn diagonally, do an attack, and then flip the directional card. So once again, like before, I'm just going to flip it now, and then we'll resolve this. So he moves diagonally, he goes up this way, and he does push Rebecca, so Rebecca's going to go over there. Boom. Let's do her dodge. Oh, she took a damage. Oh, she got hit. Oh, that's not fun. All right, so she gets hit. She's also right in the guy's mouth right here. Oh, God, that's terrifying. But now he's going to do another attack here, attacking all this spot. She has to do a medium evade, which she does not get. Oh, no, but she gets hit back 1. And yeah, that's bad. Oh, and he's looking right at them and able to come at her. Uh-oh. I did the 1 already, and now right here, Rebecca is in the orange. That is not good. It's not good at all. Oh no. Oh no, indeed. What is she going to do? I would rather her heal as soon as I can. Rebecca uses a healing item. She heals an additional level. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a trade. First action trade. So I'm going to give Ken this handgun. So congratulations, Ken. You have now a fully loaded handgun, which you will, well, no, I'm sorry, it has 9. And Ken's actually going to give her this 1 green herb. This is not an action because once per turn, Rebecca can use a healing item without spending an action. So this is a free action to use this to increase by 1, plus an additional one for her specialist training. So 1, 2. Wow, I'm actually using all their abilities. I love it. I've used all of their abilities. Fantastic. So that's 1 action for the trade. She still has 3 actions left. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 for that assault shotgun. Okay, let's do some damage. God, this thing is way scarier than Plant 42. It's doing so much more damage and just all over the place. Assault shotgun number 1. That is 2 damage. Fantastic, right? Yeah, they're all 1s. Yep, so now he's down to 6. We did have a threshold hit, so we gotta do that. Number 2. Yes, okay, it's 2 more damage to 4. Ken might be able to kill it next turn. I might be able to do that with this grenade launcher. Yeah, no. So, critical hit right here for the assault shotgun is a push, not damage, but that still pulls it down to 3. Now, we've hit 2 thresholds on this. That's the end of her turn. The number 7 health card and the number 4 health card come out and are replaced. All right, so the number 7 card is Slither, which is right here. So 7, that comes out and gets put in with Blind Fury. This is insane. Yawn's collision attack this turn is medium instead of low. Move Yawn diagonally. Move him 1 corner. Move him diagonally again. Ugh. And then coming out also is Coiling Grasp. So that's gone with Swallow. This is terrible. These are also, I don't have to worry about these anymore either. The attack below is resolved against each character in the center square. Instant kill unless you did the best dodge. So yeah, let's shuffle these. Oh boy, now you can see things are getting crazy. Things are getting, I mean, I'm probably going to kill him before the final one goes, so I'm just going to show it right now. What is it? Rapid Lunge comes out and Run Amok would go in if you only had 1 health left. Move you on 3 corners, move you on, he's just all over the field with Run Amok. But he only has 3 health left, and Ken should be able to kill him on his turn, but we have to figure out what he does now. Huh! Blind Fury. Yep, here we go. Move you on diagonal, move you on 1 corner, move you on diagonal. You know what? That actually isn't that bad based on the position of our characters. So Yawn moves diagonal. He doesn't hit anybody. He doesn't hit him. I know his base goes into the square, but like, I don't know. Does that actually count? Like, does that hit? I think that, you know what? I'm going to call it as a hit. I know I didn't do it for Rebecca. So let's just hypothetically say this is for Ken. Ken has the best dodge, and I don't know. I'm going to do this for Rebecca. She wouldn't have died if I had failed this anyway. So I'm just going to retroactively say that I did another roll. It wouldn't have mattered. She would have dodged that anyway. Because she was like in one of these side squares at one point when I did a diagonal run, and I said it didn't hit her because I can do this and it doesn't hit, but it does go over the square. So, you know, we'll go from there. I think if it just touches the square at all, so like really it's just the outsides that are safe. Anyway, with semantics or whatever done, we did the diagonal. We now move 2 corners. He's going clockwise. 1, 2, and then he goes diagonal again, back down this way, which again crosses over the square with Ken. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for Ken. And if I miss, like if I fail this, we still win. I failed it. But in this particular case, if this character is attacked by an enemy and fails their evade roll, this was an attack. The collision was considered an attack as far as I know of. I discard this card and pass the evade roll. Discarded. 3 damage goes to the Yawn, firing right in the face. Gah! Out of blatant curiosity, just for the fact, I'm going to go ahead and say that if that didn't happen the way that happened, I don't remember where Rebecca was. We're at the end anyway. I would have moved once with Ken, would have fired twice with the grenade launcher, and would have annihilated him regardless. So I would have fired once, and that would have been enough to kill it anyway. I only moved forward because I think I would have fired off the grenade once before I moved and then moved in to knife at him. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The snake has now died. Has fallen over dead. That is one awesome pair of boots that we're going to make out of this thing. That, my friends, brings us to the end of third floor B, killing the yawn once and for all. Moving into the end phase. Yes, the mansion level does go up by 1, so it goes to 9. However, it now reduces by 3, bringing us back down to 6. We are in the green, at least for the next episode, for the next scenario, we are in the green. Oh man, I mean, with our power and the amount of stuff that we have and our characters and everything, being in the green is like a cakewalk right now. But I have an idea of how to add a little bit more challenge to that scenario, which, to make sure that you don't miss that, be sure you're subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad and not miss that. It's going to be a fun one, let me tell you. I was thinking about it and planning it, and yeah, I'm going to go with it on the next one, especially because we're in the green. These two things we don't have to worry about. There are no zombies, there are no corpses or whatever. I mean, there's a giant snake corpse right now in the middle, but we don't have to worry about adding anything more to that. I already added a number 1 at the end of the last episode, so I don't really want to do that again. And as far as our characters go, I can put at least the green red herb back in. Let's see, what do we got? Both handguns would go back up to 15, so that's fine. 15 and 15 right here. I did show the other yawn cards. I do get a C item as well, so I'll show that in a moment. Rebecca heals. I just want to do all this first. The grenade launcher is back up to full at 6 incendiary grenades, so I don't have any replacement, but Lisa has 6. Regular shotguns at 2. Hooray, that's probably not going to do anything. Flamethrower, I used 1, is back to 10. Assault shotgun goes up to 5, and I still have my shotgun shells, which is awesome. I love it. First aid spray goes back. First aid spray goes back. Fantastic. We lost the self-defense gun, which is fine. And we get... Ooh, the wolf medallion. We got the eagle. Did we get the eagle one last time? Yeah, we got the eagle one last time. Now we got the wolf medallion. Use the eagle medallion... Used with the eagle medallion to unlock Laboratory A scenario. So we can't do that yet because we don't have Laboratory A even on our map. We have to go through Crypts B in order to do that. And in order to go through Crypts B, we got to go through, the caves. Which, speaking of which, let's head on over to our mansion map and end this, the way we should, as we always do. Oh man, somebody's having a hissy fit because he lost. Ha ha. I died. I'm never coming back again. That's right, Fang Phase. Boom, we put our star up here, and bam, we have now completed third floor B and the third floor in general of the mansion. Also, we've kind of finished the west side of the mansion too. We got to go through the basement. The basement is something we have to do as well. And by the way that I'm playing, with 2 players, we'll be able to do it. If you're trying to play this game pure solo, which is always one character, you will need to control another character for the basement. I have no idea about that. I haven't even looked at it at all yet because at this point, for the next episode and then several after that, we're going over to the east side of the mansion. We were at the west, now we're going to the east, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff over in this area. First floor EC will be the next thing we go into. That's when we're going to have danger level 6, which is awesome, with that additional challenge that I talked about, so that's going to be fun. And I decided just to throw in Garden C down here anyway. We do have the battery. I found the battery already, so we don't have to worry about, finding that. Technically, this is unlocked, but I'm not going to unlock it officially until we beat EC. Once this gets unlocked, and then all of this opens up here for the caves. Once we finish the caves, we should have a key item that can be used in order to open the crypts. We got 2 more C items to get. One is here and one is here. One of those 2 C items is one of these metal things. The other metal emblem of sorts is at the end of the cave. So we got to go all the way to the end of the caves to find it, which would unlock this and then our final run straight down. So again, I've said it pretty much in the last several episodes, but yeah, we have a lot going on right now. We finish Into the Darkness, and then it's just like go, 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 go from there. That means in order not to miss the next exciting episode of Resident Evil, the board game, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. If you wish to support the channel even further, there are a ton of ways to do that down in the description section below. Anything from memberships for YouTube and Patreon, or to get these early, add a few more votes whenever I put things up, maybe some member exclusives a few times, extra entries in the contest, all kinds of great stuff like that. Even the lowest tiers get pretty much everything at this point. So definitely consider that if you wish to support the channel. Otherwise, there's affiliate links down there that you can use for Amazon, Noble Nut Games, all great partners for that you can go in and maybe try to find this game for yourself. Hopefully be able to find the expansions as well if you have them or not. Or really, if you don't want to do any of that, that's also really cool, because when it comes down to it, your view, your comment, liking this video, sharing it out there, and of course, subscribing and being part of the wonderful community we made here on YouTube for Home Gamer Dad, and joining me on this fantastic journey through this game. That's what really matters in the long run, and I thank each and every one of you for it every single time I play these things, because if it's not for you, I wouldn't be doing this. I mean, I'd probably still be playing the game, but this is just so much more fun being able to record it, show you how it plays, show you all the different scenarios and the special setups and everything, and then also just having so much fun killing things like this guy right there. Yeah, sorry for a little blur on that, but that was kind of how it works. In any event, thank you once again. Take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together. Until next time, when we finally take control of Jill Valentine. None of these had her in it. We're finally getting her there. And then, of course, exploring more on the east side of the mansion. You guys have a good one, and I will catch you all later. I'm going to slither back to my hole, and I'm going to do nothing, and I don't care, and you all stay.